is the last
And we're back.
you
We're
drove
back.
by a construction site and you seen even 15 of us?
You know, you've got a point there. You got a point there.
I'll share with you another perspective, though.
Okay.
Economic Development Committee.
Okay.
All right. I serve
Aren't you on
economic-
that? You serve on that
economic
committee, right?
Yeah.
And this is RODELL REDDEX. Hey, everybody. We're back. And, you know, you need to get the outtakes. The outtakes are more interesting than the intakes by far. And you are listening right now to Let's Talk About It with Selena.
Hello.
With Pastor Selena Byrd.
Yes.
And our great Bishop Samuel
Yes,
Byrd is
yes.
in the house giving us an oration of his articulation of the
Yes.
communication that we were given by Wilma Webb at the Martin Luther King March, which is very cool, by the way.
Yes.
But this is Heather P. about town, and we've got in our house Mr. RODELL REDDEX. He's in the house.
All right.
He also helps out. In fact, when you hear that great soundtrack on About Town Media broadcast station, tune in. That is the work of Mr. RODELL REDDEX, mastering the music. We're listening to From African to Zydeco, From Celtic to Soul, and you'll hear that. All that kind of great music. And tomorrow you'll be hearing the Sabbath hours. We're going to be having great gospel and a wonderful service right here at Ladder Glory
Yes.
Ministries. We're broadcasting live to you at 3000 South Jamaica Court.
When is the last time you saw somebody politically get up and say, I'd like to see more African Americans on a job?
Heather, what do you think?
Well, you know, I don't think I've ever heard that.
Isn't that a problem?
Is that a problem
That's
in
not
our
a problem.
community, Mr. Bird?
Well, you
I
know,
think
they
it's a
always
great
say that
problem.
we're the Hispanics.
Okay.
No, we're not the Hispanics.
No.
So I was going to share that perspective with you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
Economic Development Committee.
All right.
We have several prominent members on that committee. Some city employees, City of Aurora, some members of the NAACP, you know, and some members of About Town Media broadcast station, or at least that have a show on About Town Media, Community Voice, Kate Terrell, and then myself. Okay.
Yeah.
We're talking about everything but economic development, in my view.
Why is that? Elucidate on that,
Well,
Rhoda.
because everybody, when you're talking about a committee, everybody has their own agendas, okay? So
Everybody
they come
has
to
their
the table,
own agenda.
and instead of sticking to the subject matter, which is economic development, they want to talk about events that are going on in February and in March and everything like that. And I'm thinking, okay, that should be at the regular meeting that happens
Right,
monthly.
monthly.
Okay, instead of at the Economic Development Committee, we should be focusing on,
Oh, I get what you're saying.
False balance, what you were saying earlier.
False
that's the reason why I
balance.
agree with
False
Bishop
balance.
Byrd, because we have to keep the dollars and create the opportunities in our community.
That's right.
That's the African American community.
The African
African
American,
American
we have to quit apologizing
Yes.
for saying it, because it always
Yes.
says, why does it have to be black?
We
I go,
never want to talk about, and again, I have no problems with DACA and all the good things that
Right.
the immigrants do,
Mm-hmm,
but in all the political talk,
right.
I rarely hear anyone saying, here's an opportunity finally for African Americans to come up out the hole
Not the whole.
Ooh,
What do you
wow.
and have a job
Wow.
and make decent money.
Ah.
Because some of these construction jobs are paying very, very,
Very,
very,
very
very, very,
good.
very, very good money. But by the time we try to get the job, they got us so screened out till we can't get in.
Now, what do you mean
How
screened
is
out?
it? You can be a black man or a black woman with a felony and can't get a job, but you can be illegal and get one.
Oh.
Good topic.
That is-
Sorry, that's just how I feel.
Well, that's
Okay.
that's right on.
That is a good
That's good,
question.
and I bet there's a lot. If you have a question about that,
Yes.
email us at abouttownmedia@gmail.com or email louderglory@gmail.com.
Yes.
Let us know how you are feeling about this. And we're not too, you know, and that's what's so great about Let's Talk About It. We're not going to go, oh gosh, we have an agenda, and we don't want to
No.
be too mean or too harsh or too hard. No, we're going to talk about it. We've
That's
had some
right.
very serious
Well,
topics
what they did was they labeled the African American community. So when it came time for jobs, What they did was ran what they call a background check.
Okay.
Background
Okay.
And with the background check, even though you were qualified to get the job,
Uh-huh.
you were African American and it disqualified you
Wow.
Okay.
from getting the job.
Yes.
And I think politically, we need to start addressing some of these issues because as long as you're screened out from a job, you can't help take care of your family with the talents that you have.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. That sounds serious.
Rodell, what do you think about that? You're the other man on the panel.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I know that there's certain industries that you may work on, and that you may work in that. And I've been 25 years in the corporate world, so I understand that. I mean, you can't really have a felony and be an IT technician.
That's right.
Right.
All
Right.
right, I mean, it's difficult there, but I think that there are certain industries that there should be an allowance for people with a felony
Yes.
that are trying to turn their life around or that are trying to get back on track.
That's right.
To have them basically come in. At some point in time, you might want to think about in our judicial system having felonies expunged out.
It's sponged out
After
because
certain-
after a
After
certain,
7
you know,
years, it should come home.
it should come off period after
Exactly,
7 years.
exactly.
But also the term felony, you know, is so loose now. There's so
Yes,
many degrees
yes.
of felony.
No, there's so many different ways you can
Yeah,
get
and
one.
so many different
You
ways
get a
you can
felony
get one.
jaywalking.
Jaywalking, you can get a felony.
Oh,
You
yes,
sure
ma'am.
can, yeah.
There's a felony jaywalking now.
Like if, for example, you do a jaywalk and then you don't
Ooh,
realize
another
that you
jaywalk.
have to
Okay.
go to court.
That's
Then you have a
felony.
failure to appear.
Okay.
And then when
Oh,
you go to the
yes.
failure to appear, you know, the judge asks you, or the city attorney says, "Did you know you were jaywalking?" Yes, I did. But you didn't come because why? Oh, because I don't know. I was scared. Okay, well then that's lying. That's contempt to the court. Now contempt to the court is a felony class 3.
Oh my goodness. Well, Heather, we're dealing with a young lady right now who's trying to get her a job. She has a felony.
She had a book.
And the felony, she had a book, like my husband was saying. The felony is like 20 years old, and
Wow.
and they still wouldn't hire her. So, but she's
And they're
homeless.
doing
So with felonies, they're ending up being homeless. So what we're trying to do here at Little Glory with Bishop Byrd is we'll try to find felony-friendly
Felony-friendly
jobs.
Yes,
That will
yes.
hire some of these people, because some of these people are coming to us, coming to the church,
Yeah.
saying they're hungry and homeless.
And homeless.
So it is the church responsibility to help, because we are community
Okay.
oriented. So we're community leaders that want to help. So if y'all are hearing and listening to us, we need your help.
And we need some political help.
Yes.
They're finally going to pass a law, which is going on the books, that will allow people with felonies to be able to vote.
Oh,
Wow.
oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
It's supposed to be going on the books. I forget which date the book is going on.
Well, praise
But you
God
know,
for that. I mean,
yes.
that needs to be the
But
case.
the crazy thing about laws and voting is they always attach something to something. So it's got to be attached something to something somebody won't in order for you to get what you
You know,
want.
that's politicking. I do hate that, you know,
Yes,
that they,
yes.
you know, are bargaining with our very lives. You know, it didn't used to be, it wasn't supposed to be that way.
No.
But it's definitely developed into that, you know, to where everyone has an agenda and everyone, you know, has a reason for what they're doing. And so they're coming to the table, like you said, the scales are false. You know, they're coming to the
You
table
talked
saying,
about
I
a
got
false
this.
balance out of the scripture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
false
And I
balance.
just called it straight up lying.
Yeah, yeah. That is
That's
what
good.
it is.
That's good.
It's
That is
straight
what
up
it is.
lying.
That's what it is.
So Bishop Byrd.
I don't have a problem with any other minority getting a job,
Okay.
but I'd be foolish to help everybody else and not help my own.
Well, we
Okay.
have to help our own. It seems like we aren't getting that designation.
Right.
Like the black people
It's
somehow
not important
disappeared or
enough.
something.
We-
Like
Right.
In other words,
disappeared.
they're showing us we're not important enough
Yes.
to even be on the plate, to even be able to be discussed.
Wow.
Because
Wow.
you've got to attach us to every other agenda that's on the table.
Okay.
Why can't we, which have been here in slavery,
Oh, come on.
have an opportunity to have one day with our own plate?
Our
All right.
own
Okay.
plate.
Our own plate. Okay.
Our own plate.
Yeah. So we.
Or our own vote?
That
Our
sounds
own
good
vote.
to me.
You know, I mean, that
This is one day we're going to say, African Americans, we did this for you.
Oh.
We're going to pass a bill so that it will help you and your community.
Ooh.
Yes. We just,
You know, people might be thinking that they already gave us that vote with the
Yeah,
Civil
okay.
Rights Act.
right,
You know,
right.
that really didn't.
I don't even think
that
we work
didn't
in-
do anything
I
for
think we barely-
economic development.
I think
No.
we barely even work in the office.
Yeah, that's not even economic development.
Okay.
They're saying, yeah, you got a right, but where is your plate? Where is your place at the table for economic development in our community?
Exactly.
In our community. They go, well, what community is it? It's the black community. Oh God, why do you say black?
Yes, yes.
People always do that. They go, why do you have to say black?
Just say minority.
You mentioned something about agendas, and I want to share this.
Okay.
I think that an agenda is a great thing to have if it's appropriate and it has a time and place, right? So that agenda that you have is fantastic, but the key thing is that when you have to come up with a plan for something, you need to stick to the plan. The plan is we need to find a problem for economic development in our communities, and if we're not doing that, then we're not sticking to the plan.
Well, what could be the plan?
Well, the plan, number one plan would be to basically support, obviously to support African American businesses, because
Exactly.
that would be one thing that we'd want to make a commitment or a plan to do.
I'm taking
Alright.
notes.
Yes, okay,
That's one thing.
okay.
And I'm sure we can come up with probably 3 or 4 others if we kind of sat and thought about what the problems are. Some of the problems are is like Bishop Byrd said, a lot of African Americans are not given the opportunity
Okay.
to work for jobs that they could work for, people with felonies or with a questionable past.
Or just black.
That's right. No, that's right. Yeah, that's
I
right.
think just being black is a mark right
Well,
there.
well, that
Black.
is,
Yes.
it is.
It's a mark
It's
right
almost
there.
like we're in immigration in our own
They're like,
country.
oh, there's a black guy. Now,
I
how
know that
many
wasn't
forms
supposed
of
to
ID
be said.
How many forms of ID do you have? They're like, why do I have to have 3 forms of ID? My name is not Juan, and that's not a racist statement. My name is not Juan. You know, my name is Heather Shockley. Why are you asking me for 3 forms of ID?
That's right, that's right.
Why?
Because we need to know who you are.
Oh wow!
Okay,
Isn't that true?
He's telling the truth.
They'd be like, oh, you know, and they look at it good too.
That's right.
Here you
That's
go.
right. That's
You
right.
know, that right there can kind of stop people right in their tracks.
Yes,
That's an intimidation
it is.
factor. I think that's a manipulation
Yeah.
they do automatically.
And sometimes we have to just call a spade a spade. I know you don't like using the terminology spade like in a deck of cards,
That's right.
but it's just like a deck
And
of
it
cards.
is a deck of cards.
And sometimes we got to be the trump card.
You got to be the trump
Oh,
card.
I
They go,
like
uh-oh,
that. The
Trump,
trump
oh, the
card.
Trump card.
Oh,
Or
Come
get
on,
Trump
let's
tight.
get up in here.
You know
That's
your
gonna
plays
be a
with
new
you.
one.
I'm Trump tight.
Did you
I'm
just
Trump
throw
tight.
that in there?
I just threw
That was
one
really
in
good.
there.
That was good. That was good. That was really good. The Trump card.
Yeah, we got
Just
to
got to
do
call the Trump card. You know, who's got the Trump card?
We got to be the
No,
Trump
how do they go? Right here. Right here.
Now, this is probably going to go viral.
I know. Right here. What's this? What's this?
Maybe Trump will get us and let us be a Trump card. You know?
That's the
That's
Joker.
good. That's good.
Or they go, oh, not so fast. Boom.
Gotcha. And that's what we need to do.
Too much
Gotcha.
fun.
And now while you're talking, let me play out my whole hand. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Is somebody unique? See, now, hey,
That's right.
That's
That's
how it
right.
goes.
Tell Trump we need a card.
Yes.
We need a card, Trump.
Yes.
President Trump, we need a Trump
A
card.
Trump card.
All right.
Those are spades.
Yes.
But somebody needs to talk about, and again,
Okay,
by no means am I prejudiced.
I am not.
Me either.
But the problem I always find, and I watch the news consistently every day, and I hear about jobs, and I hear about
Yeah.
this.
Where
I
are
see
jobs?
people on TV saying the opportunities that they've had
Right.
in a country that we were brought here as slaves.
And built.
And no, they're trying to say we ain't built the country now.
No, the White House was built by slaves.
That's right.
Not according to them.
And the greatest architects
Yes.
Not according to them.
That's
were
right.
slaves.
It's
We
as
know
if
our
we
history.
don't even exist.
All
You know?
right.
We don't even exist and some of us African Americans are even scared to say
They are.
African American.
They do.
Look, I like all y'all, but
Yeah.
I need opportunity as well. I have a wife and children that I love to provide for. Give me an opportunity to be able to do that.
Okay,
All right.
that's good.
That's
That's
good.
good.
That is good.
Give me a trump card.
Give me a
Okay.
trump card. And we're going to take a quick break.
Yes.
And when we come back, we're going to talk about how to empower the family
Yes.
and asking for what is due you.
Yes.
This is
yes.
Heather P. and Pastor
Selena.
Selena
Go
on
ahead,
Let's
over
Talk About It. RODELL, REDDEX, and Bishop Samuel Byrd.
We'll
We'll be coming back to you. Tune in.
I know you.
Tune in. Do your tune in. Download app and tune into About Town Media broadcast station. You can listen to us any time of the day.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
Amen.